did a long time ago where we talk about some things for the road tests. Today I'm going to discuss the final road skills evaluation. I am a state certified instructor, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about this for a few minutes. It's a beautiful day outside. The audio may not be the greatest or the video, but let me know. So, when you're ready to take your road test, you should have had your practice, your skill sets ready to go, all the things that you need to be successful. It's really important that you have a good mental mindset. If your instructor has to intervene, meaning turning the wheel left, turning the wheel right, to keep you from striking something, you're probably not ready to go and take your road test. You do have to watch your road signs. If the speed limit is 35, 45, 50 miles an hour, you do have to know about those road signs, and you do have to stop or yield. Or if the speed limit is 45 and you're at 60, you're going to get a warning, and then you possibly could fail. So speed control is super important. Dangerous maneuvers, turning in front of oncoming traffic. That is extremely dangerous. Left-hand turns are particularly dangerous. Those are some of the most dangerous maneuvers. Merging on the expressway is a very dangerous maneuver because you got to get up on the ramp, you got to accelerate up to speed, and then if you don't get up to that speed, you're going to end up getting cut off. You have to check that mirror and blind spot. You've got to know what's going on, and you have to be in control. Failure to yield is another common mistake. You're coming up to a four-way stop. If you're not clear what to do, you should always ask your road test person, hey, I don't understand. Could you tell me exactly what I need to do? Stopping and starting skills. You want to make sure you're having really smooth stops and really smooth acceleration. You want to make sure and you show that road tester, that instructor, that you have good control of your vehicle. Controlled emergency braking. A deer comes out, a car backs out, a child runs down the street. You as a driver in a testing situation, you have to be ready have that defensive mindset. Let's talk about backing up straight, turning skills. Do you turn into the nearest lane? Are you coasting? Are you hitting the brake instead of the gas? Your DMV tester, your road tester is looking for consistency in your acceleration. Do you stay in the nearest lane? Do you turn in the right lane but end up in the left lane? Do you turn in the left lane but end up in the right lane? Those are very consistent. Are you searching properly? Are you looking left? Are you looking straight? Are you looking right? Are you looking over your shoulders when you check your blind spot? Those things are so important. You've got to be consistent. You got to select targets. That road tester DMV instructor will look for you to be scanning. Are you checking your mirror every 12 to 15 seconds? Those are some critical elements. Let's talk about visual skills. Are you identifying targets? You're in a downtown area. Do you see pedestrians walking? Do you see the traffic light getting ready to turn green, but you see a family of four walking by? You're getting ready to make your right turn on red. You've stopped, you looked, you've checked traffic left, right, left, but then someone walks in front of you. You always have to be aware of those things. Are you searching 12 to 20 seconds ahead in the path of travel? You've got to know what's ahead of you. What color is the traffic light? How many brake lights are on? Are people changing lanes? These are things that we, meaning I'm in the transportation industry, want to see students do. Are you judging stopping distance properly? Or are you waiting until the last second and slamming the brakes? Are you allowing for adequate following distance in seconds, right? You need to pick a stationary object, 1001, 1002, 1003. You've got to check that stationary object. Are you checking your mirrors regularly? You've got to look around. Let's talk about steering for a moment. Had a lot of comments on this. Do you use balanced steering? Are you at 4 and 9? Excuse me, are you at 8 and 4 or 9 and 3? Are you turning in? Are you making the wheel small at the bottom? Or are you turning hand over hand into the turn? Or are you turning hand to hand? There are different ways to turn the steering wheel. You want to effectively have both hands on the steering wheel, whether you use push-pull effectively or hand over hand when appropriate. Those things are super important. An example of a proper hand over hand turn: you're making a right turn, you're slowing down, you look left, you look right. You check traffic, you turn hand over hand into the nearest lane. Those things are important. If you have questions, ask me questions. Give me a thumbs up if you like this type of content. Let's talk about turns and turnabouts. A minimum of 2 right turns, 2 left turns, and if there's a roundabout available, that's something you would definitely want to do. Do you select the best lane? In order to make traffic efficient, you want to turn into the nearest lane. If you're making a right turn, the nearest lane is to the curb. If you're in a double right turn lane, triple right turn lane, whatever lane you're in, that's the lane you need to start in and end in. But what if there is an accident? What if a pedestrian comes by? Then you want to yield for them, let them go by, check your shoulder, mirror and blind spot, and when appropriate, if you have to, you could switch a lane, but it's got to be appropriate and it's got to be safe. Okay. Do you check the traffic signal and do you check the flow of the traffic? A lot of drivers just drive and drive and drive, and you're not aware of the flow of the traffic. It's this rush hour. It's just in the morning. It's just in the evening. It's just on the weekend. The time of day and the flow of traffic dictates sometimes what you do and how you drive. Are you visualizing and able to verbalize adequate gaps? What does this mean? A gap is a space between two cars. Are you pulling out in front of traffic? Or are you waiting patiently, and either you're going to pull out when a car is 4, 5, 6 spaces from you and you can turn out safely, or when a car passes you? That's one of the biggest things I see as an instructor, where students just pull out. They don't have knowledge. Here's the truck coming. There's someone speeding. There's a car going over speed, and as soon as you pull out, they have to make an emergency maneuver. That is really dangerous, and you do not want to do that. Do you complete your turn in the proper lane? Hand over hand or hand to hand. Start in the nearest lane, and then the nearest lane. That is super important. So let's review. I'm a state certified instructor. I wanted to go live today and just say hello to all of you. I went over some of the information on the final road skills evaluation. Please feel free to look at this, leave comments. I read the comments, and some more content will be coming very soon. I wanted to say thank you so much for what you do. And if you like this content, give it a thumbs up.